Hey guys, Ryan here. Got another video for you today. Of course, we're playing some more Escape from Tarkov. Today's video is going to be about solo players in Escape from Tarkov. I happen to be one of them. I only play this game solo. It's very rare that I'm ever playing with another person or a squad. I've got just about 1,000 hours into the game now, and I've learned a lot of tips and tricks and whatever you want to call it to this game. I don't call myself a pro, but I've definitely learned a lot, and hopefully I can help you guys out and give you some tips as solo players. Tarkov is not easy, and at times it can be very frustrating. I get frustrated with this game a lot. If you come into my stream, you'll definitely see me get frustrated at times. And this game is not meant to be easy. Nikita will tell us that 100 times. It's not meant to be easy. It's supposed to be real. It's supposed to be hard and difficult, and it's supposed to make you frustrated. That's what makes it a great game. Get that blood boiling. Anyway, I decided to make a video today, hopefully to help you guys and try to make the game a little less frustrating and definitely make it more enjoyable. I know this patch I'm enjoying this game a lot more than I was last patch. So if you guys ever want to drop by, I stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch. I'll leave the link down in the description below. Please also feel free to join my Discord server and my Twitter. That's where I post when I'm going live. As of right now, my only set day is Sunday, but I try to also stream at least 1 or 2 times during the week also. All my links will be down below. Yeah, feel free to stop by, ask any questions, and if I can't answer your question, I will find an answer for you, or we will find it together. So with the intro out of the way, guys, let's dive right into these tips. So my first tip for you guys is to always know your surroundings. Surroundings is huge. You always want to be aware of what's around you. You want to know where cover is, know where potential threats could be. The biggest struggle that I had was learning where people could be and where they were going. So this kind of ties into map knowledge, which can really help because often players are going where the good loot is, or maybe where quest items are, or where a quest is that you need to complete. So I guess that could also fall under game knowledge, right? Map knowledge and game knowledge just come with time and practice. Unfortunately, offline raids are a good way to learn a bit quicker. That's how I learned it a lot quicker. You can literally run around a map with no scavs, with tons of scavs, with more difficult scavs, and you could do whatever you want in the map. You can roam around and figure out where stuff is and where you are and where extracts are. And I say this constantly, offline raids, they are just, it's great practice. I can't stress it enough. You won't learn where hotspots are because there's no other PMCs in the raid, but, sorry, my dog just barked. Part of doing content while you have tight quarters here, sorry. Anyway, yeah, you're not going to learn where the hotspots are unless you go into raid, but you'll learn them quickly the more you go into raids and the more you watch other people play this game. So I watch a ton of other streamers, I watch other content creators on YouTube, and you can kind of figure out where the hotspots are, because more often than not, streamers like to go where gunshots are, so they're going to run right to those hotspots and get into a fight quickly. So it's a great way to figure that out. And just to go back to what I was originally saying, always know what's around you, know where cover is, know where, the cover that is nearest to you, meaning a tree, a rock, a building, a container, whatever it is. Just keep an eye out for it, to your left, to your right. Where can you run if you get shot at right now? When you get to the next cover spot, where can you run to get cover to maybe loop around your enemy? Just always be aware of the next source of cover for your PMC. You don't want to be caught out in the open. That's the worst thing that can happen to you. You're going to get shot at. And if you're getting shot at, you're most likely going to die because you have nothing to protect you. So, yes, know where cover is at all times. So just to add on to cover also, knowing where it is, in Tarkov it always seems that you're exposed to at least 2 different angles, which means you can be shot from 2 different places, right? So you always want to make sure you identify where you're exposed and check for enemies in those areas. When moving, keep your eyes open for places to run to in case you need cover, like I said before. A good tip that I heard recently from Pestily was staying in the shadows of trees rather than in the sunlight. So what he means is the trees in the game actually cast a shadow, and try to run in those because it's more difficult to see you than it is if you're just running out in the open with, no shadows or nothing and the sunlight's just beaming on you. It's a lot easier to see you, and running out in the open isn't a great idea either unless you have to. And if you do run in the open, make sure you're running, don't walk. Stand where there's cover and, crouch down, make sure your stamina is all the way up, and then sprint your little butt across that open field as fast as you can. And you'll be less likely to get shot, I promise you. Another little tip that I can give you guys is to always keep your head on a swivel. Practice using free look. For me, free look is center mouse button click. Whatever it is for you, I'm pretty sure that's the normal keybind, but I might have changed it, I don't remember. So anyway, for instance, when you're running by a door, this could be extremely helpful. You can continue to run straight as you were and just glance in a room real quick. So you run straight, you glance to your left with the free look, and boom, you spotted an enemy. Now what do? Well, you're most likely going to get past the doorway, and you just caught an eye at where the enemy is, right? Now you have a visual, and you can position yourself for the fight. You could even toss a nade into the room if you got one, and try to move them out of position. So I recently started using the free look a lot more than I used to in the last patch, and my gameplay has definitely gotten a lot better because of it. I know it sounds so small, but it actually works and it's very helpful. I've seen streamers jump across doorways while using free look. Not going to mention any names, but Landmark, Pestily, all those big guys. To spot where the enemy is and then position themselves to make the perfect headshot. Me, I don't always hit headshots, so I'm not a god, but you could see where the enemy is, and you could shoot at their thorax, or shoot at their legs, go for leg meta, whatever you want to do. You'll be able to see them, you'll get the jump on them. Using free look whenever you're trying to cover large areas. So as a solo player, your eyes are the only thing that you got. Use them. When you're running through a field, use free look to look left, right. Then you could turn around real quick, look, whatever. Pretend you're out in that field. You're going to want to know where everything is around you, right? Just a little side tip. I'm sure a lot of people know this by now, but if you're new, if you hold down right click or whatever you use to ADS, aim down at the ground and then press the free look button. Like I said, mine is the center mouse button. And now you have a zoomed in picture. It's cheeky and I'm sure it's going to be removed, but use it while you can, right? It's a great advantage. So I mentioned grenades before. Bring them. Bring 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them. You don't need more than 4 of them, but I try to bring at least 2 into a raid. As a solo player, getting your opponents out of position is key. You want them to be as uncomfortable as possible. You want them to keep on guessing where you are, what you're doing, where you're going. you want them to be surprised. Having grenades makes them move out of position. If they're a squad, it could split them up. This is going to cause them to get frantic and lose sight of you. Now you can make your move and try to take them down one at a time. You don't want to take on a squad and try to shoot all 3 guys at once, right? You're going to get killed. After you kill the first guy, you're most likely going to have to reload. Maybe you'll kill 2 of them. If there's 3 of them, you're going to kill 2 of them with 1 mag. You're going to have to reload on that first mag. By the time you reload, you're going to be shot in the head. You're going to die, and you're going to be pissed. Throw a grenade. Get them to split up. They're going to start calling out where they think the nade came from. They're going to start getting frantic, and bam, you're going to be able to take one of them down. Now quickly reposition yourself, use the free look, try to see where they're heading, where they're going. Again, now they're getting a little bit more scared because they can't find you. Boom, you get another one. Now the third one might know where you are, but you already got the jump on him. You took out 2 of his buddies. He has no idea what's going on. He's trying to figure out where you are. Maybe he spots you and he's shooting. Bam, chuck a nade. Boom, 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 boom. Shoot him. He's dead. You got it. You just took down a 3-man. Congratulations. You're welcome. So for another tip, as I mentioned, one at a time. You want to try to kill each person one at a time, or fight each person one at a time if they're in a squad. A lot of times what I do now is if I see a player, I don't immediately shoot, just in case he has another partner or multiple, like a squad. And when I say I don't immediately shoot, I don't give the guy 10 seconds. I try to hear for other footsteps, and I track them for a minute, and then I decide to fire. And the reason is because more often than not, I've been caught. As soon as I see somebody, boom, boom, I shoot him, and I might kill him, but out comes 2 of his other buddies, and they have a jump on me. Now they know exactly where I am, and they kill me. It's very frustrating. So, you don't have to take the shot immediately. If it's possible, stalk them for a minute or 2. Gather information. The more information you have, the more likely you're going to win that fight. Maybe repositioning is the best option, so you can keep them guessing as to where you are, or maybe you can throw a perfect nade and get them where you want them. Again, back to the nades. And I know there's no such thing as a perfect nade, but you get the gist of it, right? So this one might also seem obvious, but pick the right loadout for what you're trying to achieve. Now, what do I mean by this? I'm glad you asked. If you plan on taking it slow and trying not to get into too many fights, then don't go into a raid geared out. Maybe wear a class 4 armor, a helmet, a face shield if you want. Scavs have been a lot better, it seems, at headshots this batch. I don't know how you guys are interacting with them, but I've been getting headshot a lot by scavs, so I try to wear a face shield all the time if it's in the budget. And you also want to bring maybe a decent gun like an AK, but not a modded out like crazy AK. And bring one mag with good ammo, and the rest of your mags can have BP ammo, which is pretty cheap. Or you can top load the mags with good ammo. So what I mean is first put in, 15 rounds of BP ammo, and then top load it with BT or BS or Eagle Neck, whatever you want. So this is if you come across a player, you still have a chance to win that fight because you have good ammo on the top of your mag, and the bottom of your mag will finish him off. And you're not spending a ton of money, so the loot you're going to come out with, you're actually going to be profitable, as opposed to bringing out a 1,000,000 ruble kit and only bringing out $500,000 worth of stuff. 500,000 rubles, excuse me. So now you would need to survive 2 raids just to pay for that one kit, right? The flip side of this is if you're planning on getting into fights and rushing those hot areas, as I mentioned before, of the map, maybe you want to consider some good armor. A face shield, somewhat modded out weapon, AK, M4, whatever. It's up to you and your playstyle at the end of the day, and how comfortable you are on the map that you're choosing is going to play into this a lot. So you can be moderately geared and have a good ammo and be able to take down the Juggernaut. You just have to play to your advantages and know when to pick your battles, as I mentioned before also. But that's what makes this game so much fun, because even the lowest geared guy with decent ammo can take down the juggernauts of Tarkov, right? And when you win those fights, it feels pretty amazing. It feels like you just accomplished the world. Trust me, I've been there maybe once, maybe twice. That's about it. But it feels great. You'll never forget those moments, trust me. So the last tip I got for you guys is to know when to engage and when not to engage. You don't have to take on every fight. You just don't. Running away from bullets is okay if you're caught out of position, or you know the enemy is heavily armored and you don't have a great weapon or great ammo, or he just caught you off guard. Surviving the raid and getting out with loot is more profitable than dying, right? If you get out with, just a handful of items and all the stuff you went in with, so all your gear, you came out profitable because now you get to use that gear again in another raid. So don't think you have to fight every player. If you decide to run away, run away. I do it. I've done it. I'm still going to do it. Sometimes you don't want to fight somebody because, their gunshot scared you and you just want to run away. You don't want to poop your pants. You know what I mean? So get out of there. Go. I get it. A lot of big streamers run towards gunshots. That doesn't mean you should. Learn the maps. Learn the flow of the maps. Learn your playstyle. Play offline raids. Figure the game out. Engage in the fight if you think you have an advantage. If you don't have an advantage, try to turn the fight around so you have the advantage, or just get away and reset the fight. Best advice I can give you. That's why I saved it for last. Keep your enemies guessing. Keep squads guessing. Try to trick them, reposition, reset fights. Do whatever you got to do. But I think the main thing is to get out of the raid, right? So if you get out of the raid running away from a fight, I consider that a win. So lastly, guys, I just want to thank you all for watching. I really appreciate everyone that watches my channel. I'm going to have a lot more content coming out. I'm trying to stay in the loop with Tarkov and follow everything that's going on. I know we have a patch coming up. I'll be posting a video as soon as the patch notes come out. We have customs expansion coming. Scav boss is coming. There's been tons of changes recently to ammo, to I can't even think of everything off the top of my head, but there's been a lot of changes and I've just missed opportunities to get videos out to you guys. I'm going to try to catch up here. So again, I appreciate all of you watching. Please smash the hell out of that like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, not just for me. It helps anybody else you watch on YouTube. It's a great thing you can do for me. If you also consider subscribing, I'd really appreciate that. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to keep on saying that because I don't think you know how much I appreciate it. So, yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Peace out.